Looking at this self-portrait by James Ensor, when do you think it might have been painted, and what statement do you think the artist is making? Take a minute to let your eyes look around the painting and find as many visual clues as possible. Firstly, aside from the highly inappropriate hat, the man himself could almost be from this decade, as beards and moustaches are popular again. But cover the hat in feathers, and you could easily imagine that the portrait was a serious academic work, painted centuries ago. Certainly, the expression on his face is serious. Here is a man who appears both proud and strong, perhaps with a hint of introversion. Any suggestion of Rembrandt or Rubens? But put the hat on, and the man appears ridiculous. Perhaps the hat is just a bit of fun, a bit of fancy dress, but as the wearer looks far too serious, and as we know from the title it's a self-portrait, Ensor must be intending to make a statement of some sort. Back to the hat with the flowers and downward-facing plumage. It's definitely not one we would expect to see today or during Rubens' time. It looks like it could be from a century or more ago. Another closer look at the design of the hat, the flowers, the way in which the colours sit together, the loose brushstrokes, and the overall use of light. And what do we think of? Perhaps it's an Impressionist painting. But it couldn't be, because that doesn't fit with the rest of the artwork. It's not obvious when we first look at the picture, but in the background, also suggestive of a period when darker backgrounds were commonly used, there is a hint of a blue circle or frame around the edge. When were portraits with circular or oval frames popular? Back to the 17th century. But this is a self-portrait, so perhaps it isn't meant to represent a picture frame, but the frame of a mirror. Now it starts to make more sense. Perhaps it was originally intended as a straight academic self-portrait based on the artist's formal academic training, including the study of Rubens, whom he admired greatly. Perhaps, along the way, he was influenced by other artists, such as the Impressionists, and wanted at a later time to express this influence. And perhaps, as an artist highly interested in fantasy and masks, he saw that combining the two in a frame or mirror would represent who he was as an artist. Perhaps he wanted to make it clear that he was an artist who defied convention. This work by James Ensor, originally painted in 1883 and then added to, yes, the hat and the twirl moustache in 1888, is a great example of how artists reflect both the influences on their art through formal training and discovery and their own personality to make a statement in an artwork, and why the study of art history is so interesting.